listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You are listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. What is this? What is this? No. Nope. No. No. Nope. Nope.
Look at this thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies over and why did it downward was treasured sites in Christianity?
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Thursday? October 10th, 9th, 2023. Believe me, all the days are running over each other. All right, we're here. Me. Me, you. Tonight we're going to talk about, well, what happened to James Fox. We talk about it here and there. We touch on it there and here. Yes, every show, every week, every month, every hour of every day, we talk about why James Fox turned into Jeremy Corbell. He did. He is. He will always be. James Fox is now grifter, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1,430. We should be used to it by now, but why? Why do we care? Why do I care? Well, I like a lot of quality. You know what I mean? Quality. Quality's good. James Fox gives us quality. He did. He does. Last movie in Vargine, to be honest with you, wasn't that good. Now, I can separate myself from the field when watching this movie, these movies, any movie, the field. You know what the field is, right? It's ufology. For those of you who don't know, the field doesn't exist to certain people over on other channels. Yeah, the field? What is he talking about, though? What is the field? It's not Field of Dreams. It's reality. But what happened? Why did the grift turn into James Fox? Wait, why did Fox turn into the grift? What could have given him the idea to become... Wait, Rich, what are you talking about? How is James Fox a grifter now? All of a sudden, the guy's been around forever. We'll talk about that. We just did. That's it. So let's move on. We're also going to talk about some other things. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Yeah. I should have a lot of stuff to talk about, but I don't. I really don't. The Peruvian attacks, the whistleblowers, Grush. It's never ending. We have enough material here that could last 5 minutes. You want to know why 5 minutes and not 5 years? Where? Finish that sentence. Finish that sentence. Where? Da 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 da. Where is da 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 da? Where is the da da da? Where is the evidence? Da da da. See? Let's do a little roll call, shall we? Get this shindig on the road, everybody. It's time. Dorothy Hawkins, welcome to the show. Alfie Joe Bob, welcome to this show. David Wilcox, not Wilcox, welcome to the show. Kelly Lewis. You like that seat up there? First row to the left center. It's a good seat. Third one in. Leon Miller, welcome to the show. Sky Allen, welcome to the show. Who's this guy or girl? It's a guy. It's a girl. It's Purdue. 411. Yeah, they are. Well, not all of them. Not James Fox. Not Corbell. Not George Knapp. That's why they can get away with it. Because they can say stuff that isn't true. There's no law against it. That's right. Tonight's show is sponsored by 5 Hour Energy. The drink. Remember the shot? Yeah, now they got the drink. Only $1.49 at Publix on sale. So I bought 2. Had one yesterday. Fantastic results. No sugar. No sugar. Like yesterday's show, and I watched part of it, and then after like 5 minutes, I'm like, oh, this show, I was brilliant. This show gives you wings. Wait, that's not how it works. Drink it and see if it can fix that. All right, we're going to fix that. For some reason, I'm confusing words. I'm a little more dyslexic than I usually is. Huh? No, I don't want to speak street talk. What am I going to do with it? Whiff! Ah. You ever hear the term, you got to go through hell before you get to heaven? Similar. Reality check. Welcome to the show. Samo, Goofonian, Rockstar. Brookies. How you doing there? David Rope. Goldie Hawn, Rich. They touched my face. Goldie Hawn recalls encounters. Oh, no way. Really? Oh, I like that. That sounds like a good story. Oh, UFO, aliens, Goldie Hawn. Let's see what pops up. Here it is. Wow, this is great. Thank you for that from Michael Knowles. Right? Yep. I knew that guy. Thank you for that, David. We will start the show off with that Goldie Hawn clip here in a minute. Good job, man. That's how quick it can happen sometimes. If I know I can get the info that quick, sometimes it makes it in. D's house, genetics. Welcome to the show. All right. Andrew, what do you say there, Chief? What do you say, Mr. F? Zach Diecast Monster, welcome to the show. Who else is here? Thor. Thank you. Welcome to Josie _ UK. How you doing? Welcome to the show. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do. Scott Brown, how to do? Welcome to this show. Yeah, I know, David. Goldie Hawn has me laughing. Get it? She was in Laughing. I can't believe she's that. I can't believe I'm that old. Can you believe we're that old? We used to watch Laughing. Did we see the repeats, or there were no repeats when we were one? Hey, Derek Kennedy, how you doing? Welcome to the show. And Tacey Hale, how you do? Jeff Garvey, what do you say? Paula Faust. Andrew, Goofonian Superstar, what do you say? Intergalactic Angler. All right, let's get started. So, hey, Myra Page, everybody. Everybody give it up for Myra. All right. I heard the claps. Clap. There was, never mind. Stupid jokes. Goldie Hawn apparently had an ET encounter. This is phenomenal. Just in. Well, we're going to play the clip. Michael Knowles has the story from the Daily Wire. So let's take a listen. Shall we? Goldie Hawn? This is great.
You know, actress Goldie Hawn, little bit eccentric. Goldie Hawn has claimed that not only has she seen UFOs, but she's actually encountered them and they touched her face.
What?
So Goldie Hawn is in the camp of Matt Walsh on the...
Oh, that's right. I forgot to say it. I just got reminded. Hey, if you want to help support Goof On, Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App, you could even join and become a member. All the links are in the show description. You know what to do. You know what to do. Here we go. Continue. Yes, Goldie is in the camp of Matt Walsh on the aliens. You know, and I'm going to keep the closed caption here. Capiche?
Aliens question. The serious theologians and philosophers and rational people throughout all of history they're in my camp on the alien question. Goldie Hawn is in the Sweet Daddy's camp. Here's what Goldie Hawn said.
Yeah.
So there was a time when, there was a lot of UFO sightings. I remember so clearly. I went outside my door and I sat on a little edge.
Hold on. Oh, we can pause it. I have to pause it. Brooke is holy macadamia nut noodle faces. Can you believe what you just did there? You brought in something I didn't see. I didn't recognize it. Russell, not Russell Crowe, Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn's live-in boyfriend, husband, whatever you want to call that relationship for 50 years. He saw the Phoenix lights and called it in. I'm seeing string of lights. I don't know what it is. Just thought I'd call it in. I'm about to land in Phoenix. And then, days, weeks, maybe a couple months later, think it was 3 months later, they talking about it on the news, how it could have been flares. And he's like, wait a minute, and they're like, and a pilot called in and announced that he saw, and then he's like, wait a minute, he's watching Good Morning America or wherever that. He's like, that was me. And that's how he found out he was being talked about. Very interesting that both of them have experiences with lights, alien stuff, maybe, who knows. I find that very, very interesting. Can I say why? Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, they were the darlings of Hollywood for decades. Couple, right? Good looking couple. They make good movies, fun to watch. And they both had what seems like an interesting life in Hollywood, good life. Everybody has ups and downs, but they both saw UFOs. That is just, and not when they were together either. I wonder how deep it really goes. I wonder if they do some sort of hypnotic regression on Kurt. Maybe he would have an abduction scenario in his head. Maybe that day when he saw the Phoenix Lights, he was taken. And his son, I think, was with him. Makes you wonder, man. Makes you wonder. It's wild stuff we're living in.
I looked up at the dark sky and I saw these stars, and all I could think of was, how far does this go? How little are we? Are we the only planet in this whole wide universe that has life on it? I said, I know you're out there. I know we're not alone, and I would like to meet you one day. Now, hold on. The way she's talking to these aliens is not the way you would talk to aliens. If aliens were really just beings, physical beings from some other planet. Because they probably couldn't hear her, right? Because physical beings are constrained by physics. The way she's talking to these aliens is the way you would talk to angels or demons, who are pure spirit, who are not confined by physical laws. Right? When I'm trying to talk to Ben Davies, well, that's a bad example because I have a microphone sitting right here at my desk. But if I were to talk to Jeremy, who's in Hungary right now, and I said, Jeremy, I know you can hear me, he wouldn't be able to hear me because he's not within the proximity of my physical voice, and he doesn't listen to my show. So if I were talking to an angel, though, I could say, I know you hear me, and I would have a greater cause to think that the...
Oh, that is an interesting... But the thing is, oh my God, he's blowing me away now. I just realized that's an interesting thought. Because that's how she's doing it. Like, they're angels. He's right. The physical restraints of just speaking to them with our own voice wouldn't work. But if they were a spiritual being, vibrating on the same level you would be, and always in contact if you reach out, man, holy mackerel. And I find it interesting that Kurt Russell saw lights. She has this experience or experiences. You wonder if there was some sort of script that they were in. You know, they were supposed to be together. They're the epitome of how it's supposed to work when you get along with each other. And it really is till death do us part. They stayed together through it all. That's how you're supposed to do it. And there's always that one shining example in your life of like, you should be more like that. How come it's not like you should be more like, and then name off 50 people, right? Well, unless you're talking about, I wish you were more like that guy Ken. He's a doctor, you know. Then there's millions of doctors. But I'm talking on the terms of aliens and spiritual beings. This is interesting to me. Yeah. I love it. I love that she's talking openly about this. So he's opened the point up to get us thinking what she's probably doing when she talks to them. It's more of a mental thing or spiritual thing than it is alien. But if you think about it, the A lot of people think, and especially in our government, I wonder if the government and the entertainment industry feel the same way, know the same things, and know that they're demons or angels or both. Wow. Oh, shit. Because we always, right? We know this administration's in cahoots with entertainment industry and media. It's no secret. They don't even deny it, really. I mean, they use it all the time against those who don't believe in what they believe. But it's very possible they're on to something anyway. There may be something to it. The demons, angels, and alien connection. You know, I do it. When I talk to them, I do the same thing. But I don't think of them as angels. I think it's because they can hear me. Aliens. You want to know why? What if there's an implant on me? In me? What if that would be an outplant, yeah. What if there's an implant? How does my thumb go from this to this? You tell me. Aliens, look at it. Look at it. It's perfect. It's not even going away. I don't even know what it is. And no, the carburetor's on the other side. I use this thumb for that. I don't even use the thumb sometimes. Sometimes I use the finger. The middle one. Let's listen to the rest of her story. So he just pointed out that the aliens can't hear her talking normally because physics won't allow it. But if they're angels or demons, maybe they can hear you. Oh, God, I love that. God, dang it. That just changes everything, really.
The angel could hear me because angels are pure spirit. So they're all around. This woman's talking like she's talking to angels or demons. She goes on, she says, I know you're out there. I want to meet you. She invites them in. And then she says later on, I get this high-pitched sound in my ear. It was this high frequency. She was taking a nap in her car. She looks out the window.
Who here, and put a 1 in the chat room, has ever had the high-pitched noise? We've all had it. I don't want to scare anybody, but that high-pitched electrical noise that we all hear, it's the Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi. It's 4G, 5G, 3G, 2G, all coming at the G's. The Goofonians, get out of here. I don't know. Isn't it when your blood pressure changes? Like when I stand up and then sit down, sometimes I get, honestly though, we all have had that electronic noise. We've all heard it. And we know it's not our blood pressure. We know it's not our pH levels in our body changing. No, it's none of that. Well, I mean, sometimes, but sometimes it's mechanical sounding. And it does sound like, it sounds like a machine. Some sort of frequency. Maybe it's above the house. Maybe it's in the house. Maybe it's in the hallway, creeping around. I can't see it. Last night, I had a really bizarre experience. Really first time I've ever seen anything like this. So I'm sitting there watching TV, and I can't think of what the thing is called, but it fell over, and it's not doing any. Oh, it was it was a container that I brought out that holds vape syrup juice, and it fell over. But it didn't leak out, so I didn't bother getting up out of my comfortable position to do anything about it. And as I'm looking at it, there was a shadow that it was as if there was a reflection coming in from somewhere else, hitting the vape thing. And I'll be honest, I don't really think I knocked it over. I think something knocked it over. But I blamed me because I was close enough that maybe I didn't notice it. I had my feet up. You know, it's possible my foot hit it, I thought. I was that close. But it was in the same spot where the vape flip thing that disappeared and then reappeared. That was that same spot. And I saw what I thought was a reflection. Or, you know what I mean? Like if there was a car passing outside and you had your window open, the reflection off the windshield from the sun comes in and hits the walls and stuff, you know, of your house. And you're like, oh, it's a car driving by. Kind of like that. But it was dark. And I sat there and I watched the shadow or reflection. So I don't know what it was. I thought it was from the TV, like the screen on the TV was changing to bright, to daylight, to nighttime. And, you know, it gets bright in the room. I was thinking it's got to be that. And it was nothing. I actually saw what looked to be a light. Maybe it reminded me of what I just explained, the sun being reflected. It was just on the vape box juice thing. And it went over it. And it went like that, you know, and then it was just disappeared. But it only was on that. It wasn't like a cloud and it covered the outer edges too. Like it was just like it was going into it, into the vape thing. It was so weird. I couldn't really comprehend what I was looking at. I really thought it was a light from the TV or maybe a car passing by, but the window wasn't open and it wasn't the TV because I sat there for 5 minutes staring at it, seeing if it would happen again, you know, trying to do this, create, you know, maybe it was me, maybe the light reflected off me and then created this effect. I tried everything and nothing happened. Nothing made it look the same. And so I don't even know if I knocked it over. I thought I did, but I probably didn't. There's something going on with that table. That is the same coffee table that I saw my dog's bowl move 6 inches. Same one. So what is going on? Why does that happen on this coffee table? Why does Goldie Hawn need to talk like we're talking now to get the aliens' attention? Because they're here, our energy's the same, our vibration's the same. Hey, that sounds like spiritual talk. Maybe they have technology that is spiritual-esque. Yeah, maybe. But whatever it is, it's giving us the impression they are like spirit beings. They may be. Don't you think they are? Remember the movie Cocoon? Those were light beings. They were made up of light. Why does that sound ridiculous? Because we can't imagine how that would even be a thing. But somehow light became a thing. It's a living, breathing thing. Well, as far as we know. And it's always amazing to me. The two eyes, the mouth, the nose, always in the same position. I know. All right, let's see whatever. So she was taking a nap, Goldie Hawn, and she looks out the window.
And there's these 2 or 3 triangular shaped heads on little bodies. They were
say what? Triangular shaped heads. All right, I'm going to let it go.
Silver in color, slash for a mouth, tiny little nose, no ears. They were pointing at me in the car as if they were discussing me, like I was a subject. And they were droning. I was paralyzed. And I thought, oh my God, I want to get up. I didn't know if it was real or not real. And then she burst out of the state of paralysis. and said it was like bursting out of a force field. So there are two things that this could be, and they're not necessarily mutually exclusive. What this could be, at a physical explanation, is that it could be sleep paralysis, which maybe you've had. I've had sleep paralysis, where you wake up, but you can't move. You're still kind of asleep, but you think you're awake and you have hallucinations. I've only experienced this, I don't know, 2 or 3 times maybe, but you can sometimes hear something. I've never visually hallucinated, but I've heard things in the state of...
I've never had sleep paralysis that I know of. Never.
Sleep paralysis, and then it's kind of scary, and then you kind of snap out of it and you can move again, and it's fine.
Snap out of it.
There's a spiritual answer here too, which is it could be that she was just looking at demons. They sound a lot like demons, and they kind of talk. Her experience of it sounds like how everyone's described demons for all of human history.
Oh my God. Wouldn't that be interestingly weird? Because of the connection with government and aliens and Hollywood. There's a connection. Some people say that there's even cloning going on. There's videos out there of models, you know, male and female models, where people are looking at them in their mummy or whatever, or their mannequin, and people are saying this thing looks too lifelike. Like it's like a clone. You can even see the pores in his hands. Yeah. It's interesting what they do in Hollywood. Remember when we all thought Hillary Clinton was mechanical and her body was falling apart? Remember right before the election? And they were trying to put her in the car and it looked like a mannequin. You can hear metal parts like the T-2000 was falling apart and the body parts were all over there. They're falling down the skirt pants. Right? Remember that? And they threw in the car and you could hear all the clickety clank. Right? And we're all like, it's a robot. It's a mannequin. It's not real. They replaced Hillary with, I don't know, robottery. Remember? And it was walking and you see it behind and it just looks stiff, like Kramer walking into a wall on Seinfeld. You know, it just looked awkward. A weird analogy right there, but it did.
So it could be that too. Either way, though, not a lot of strong evidence that it's aliens. And either way, not the sort of thing that you want to invite.
Oh, my point was, so stupid. My point was, demons and the entertainment industry go hand in hand, right? Why do you think there's a lot of sad? An angel just got its wings. Did you hear it? I heard it. Did you hear it? Let's take a look. But demons and Hollywood go hand in hand. Wouldn't you have to agree with that? Sad. Hollywood's sad. Oh, shit. 2 PayPalers came in. 2. Who dis? Phil with $2, and I won't say your last name, $2.34. I think I might know who you are, but I don't know. From the UK. Thank you very much, Phil, with $2.34 on PayPal. Hey, man, thanks for that. That's right, PayPal. Another way to help support this guy. And I believe it is. Oh, shit. So I get a $25 from David Wilcox on PayPal as well. By the way, thank you. David Wilcox, not Wilcock. You are a continuing supporter, and I don't like that message I just read from you. I want, and if you guys can, check as often as you can remember, every time you visit GoofOn, because I get these emails once in a while and messages telling me this, and he says, your suspicions are correct. YouTube unsubbed me from GoofOn. I'm not going to get into the statistics of GoofOn, but we have been hovering at 13,230 for 2 months straight. It used to be 2,240. Like every month or so, it's 10 less. I'm losing. But in the last 2 weeks, I've gained subscribers, which is rare. +4. Because every day it's +4, -5, +3, -3. It's never an upward trend, but I've had an upward trend. It's just interesting to hear continually people are unsubbed. And when you sub, make sure you hit the all notifications bell. So you're going to sub, and then you'll see the little bell. You got to click on the bell as well, so you get all notifications. I don't understand why YouTube just doesn't give us all notifications is beyond me. But the way they have it set up, I don't think they care. I think it's harder for the YouTube computers to send out all those notifications. Because if 13,000 people subbed to Goof On got all the notifications on every show, you know, might have more people. I mean, it's weird what they do. It's just bizarre that they don't have that automatically built in to get all notifications. But I think if you don't get all notifications, it doesn't put the pressure on their computers to send out. If you had 1 million subscribers and all of them, all 1 million of them get notifications. And you know how many channels have 1 million subscribers nowadays? For them to send out all those notifications, it's a lot. I would imagine it would be a lot. So I just found out 2 years ago, when you have a Facebook account and you're full, you can't get any more friends, 5,000's the max. Anytime I put a message out, only 125 people get to see it a day. And if I want to pay $1, $2, you can boost that to 1,000 more people or whatever. It's all about that dollar. Never gave $1 to Facebook. I just won't. So, and I think YouTube's the same way. They send out notifications to a certain percentage. Even if you have it marked for all notifications, you're not going to get them. Maybe only 100 of you get it. Maybe that's why we barely break 100, 150 now. Right? Those notifications. Well, Rich, people know you're there. All 13,000 people subscribe to you. They know you're on at 7. Why aren't they all here, Rich? Don't you find that interesting? Don't you think that's interesting? But I never get emails from people saying I was in your chat room, I said hello, and nobody saw me. If YouTube was like making, let's say, 5,000 people come every day, but I only see 100, wouldn't that be weird if I kept getting emails from people saying, hey, you're not saying hi. Hey, I can't donate. There would be so many problems if YouTube was doing that kind of shit, but they're not. You control you for coming here. YouTube can't control you. They can control what numbers are shown. But if there were people here that were being shunned out by YouTube, we would know about it. So sadly, the numbers are real. The live numbers are real. All right. So Goldie Hawn, all right, got it. She saw it, all that other stuff. Could it be demons? I'll put the link to that video in the show description. It's time to move on to another subject. Thank you, David Wilcox and Phil, for the PayPal support. Mucho gusto generoso. Phil, right? Wasn't it Phil? Phil. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Oh, man. Goldie Hawn, Kurt Russell, both seen and have experiences. It's weird, Goldie Hawn. We may come back to that later. I want to hear the rest of it. I don't know. I like Goldie Hawn. You know, we grew up with her. You know, she was fun to watch. Not super attractive, just cute, funny. Like if I was her age, she would have been fun to hang out with. She would have been cool. That's how Goldie Hawn, you know, and Kurt Russell were. They were the people, it seemed like, you know, that just like you and me. Come to find out that's not true. They were better than me. Much better. So what happened to James Fox? You know, what happened? This is a guy who really didn't promote himself that much. You know, when a movie came out, was about to come out, you would see him, you know, here and there. He wasn't what he is today, that's for sure. But I think what happened was he saw what Jeremy Corbell probably did, and how he promoted himself was, you know, being a media whore, basically, and getting as many eyes on you as possible. And I'm not sure, but I know that James Fox made shitload of money from Phenomenon and a lot of money off the recent film. The guy's doing all right. So what I think happened was in the last 10 years, because I've been around for much of his career since the beginning, when he got popular, you know, when he did that movie, what was that one? I Know What I Saw. And the other one, I can't remember. Two super popular movies. Put him on the map. Apparently, one of those movies, I'm not sure which one, took him 6 years to make. I think it was Phenomenon. It took 6 years to make. But he made a lot of money. Millions. So I think what happened is he wanted to do maybe more. Maybe get more involved. He saw Jeremy Corbell and putting out a shitty movie after shitty movie, and it was doing very well because not only was the subject matter interesting, Bob Lazar and Skinwalker Ranch, but it always left the door open for, is this real? You know, they take advantage of our gullibility and our wantness to believe. And our wantness? Is that a word? And our wanting? Wantness. Wantonness. Now that's what I meant to say. The trait of lacking restraint or control. Reckless freedom from inhibition or worry. Well, I guess that's not what I meant. Yeah, it was we want evidence. We want to hear a story that is undeniably the truth. And James Fox brought that more than anybody, I thought. Better than Corbell. Corbell only had one character in his movie. James Fox had many experiencers, many witnesses, you know, who didn't have experiences, just what they saw that one time. Did a great job, good research, accurate, to the point, very well made. His movies were, seemed like they were made by a humble guy. James Fox came across as the guy who just wants to get the truth out. But now I see a guy that's hungry. I see a personality change that I'm not really a big fan of. I see him making claims to things that are already proven to be debunked and other things that are silly. And when he does that and he agrees with the silliness, it makes you wonder, why would he do that? Why would he promote such a thing? It is so outside of a James Fox thought process. Now all of a sudden he's believing everything, this guy. And it is true. This guy went from being kind of a skeptical dude to a guy who's believing everything he's seeing, talking to, witnessing. It's gotten to the point. I was going to say a point and the part of his life, and it came out bleh. We're at a point now where James Fox has peaked and he's on his way down. And I think the numbers may have shown that, and it got him a little nervous. So I think he's promoting, believing, just to make people happy. Because that's what Corbell does. But I also, lately, if you watch Weaponized, you see Corbell and Knapp talking like skeptics, too. It's very confusing. It's very almost hypocritical of them, in a way. It's almost as if Corbell and Knapp play like they're aloof to what they're doing and just going by what they're being told. So when Corbell gets a video and supposedly it's from a guy in the military who recorded it on his phone, gave it to Corbell. And as soon as that exchange happens, Corbell and Knapp treat it as if it is what it is. It is what they were told, and they're not backing down. We saw that with everything, especially the last one, the flares, 29 Palms. Everything in that video screams flares. But you remember, he was trying to promote it as one craft because 43 of 60 people on the ground thought it was one craft. Looks like a... How could 43 out of 60 people in the military, let's not forget, these are children. They haven't experienced the sky yet. They barely got out. They're 21, 19, 18 even. These aren't wise men in their late 40s, 50s. These people barely know what the sky looks like. They grew up with a cell phone in their hand and an iPad on their hip. And God forbid at any given moment, these people look up and see what's going on in reality. No, this is their first time. So I don't buy it. I know, 29 Palms, I know. It was a little bit ago, but still. Not that far ago. People were still looking down on their phones. So I see what's going on here with Fox. And to me, it is the same exact path that Corbell went down. It's the media whore. You got to be a media whore. That's the first thing. So now we see James Fox everywhere. He has accomplished media whore style. Okay? What's the next thing? I already mentioned it. For James Fox to qualify as a grifter, there's the next thing he must do, and that is believe everything until you can't. Until you're in so much hot water, you just stop talking about it. But you're going to push and push and push that lie, that hoax, that new grift to the limits until you can't. We've seen that. We've seen it. That's step number 2. What is step 3 to become a grifter? I don't know. I don't know. I think there's only 2 steps. Are there any more? Should there be any more? Believe in everything, admit it. You know, tell everybody, oh, I believe that that's an alien. Yeah, for sure. It's a toy. It's a toy? Come on. But we see people sticking up for James Fox. I would too if I was a little blind to what's going on. But we're not blind. And people are just, it's amazing to me. Look, James Fox is saying right now, oh, this is it. This is the number 3. You must create drama. Make it up if you have to. You become delusional. You think you're important. The government's watching you. People are after you. Yes, that's number 3. You got to create that you're doing work so well. Your research is breaking new barriers, coming up with new evidence. The truth is getting closer and closer. You think that is to the point where the government's going to start watching you and they're going to start, oh, my phone stopped working. Oh, my computer just went crazy. Somebody hacked my phone. They all say it. All the grifters do it. Eventually, James Fox, well, his phone will be hacked. It will be. It has to be. Corbell did it a couple of years ago when he said everything I had was hacked. I think that was him. So James Fox says on X, this was yesterday or the day before, I wanted to share a rather devastating career issue I've been dealing with. Drama. For the last 8 months. Recent drama. I can't go into much detail. The lack of detail. Always with the grift. Grifting, grifter. I can't go into too much detail. Of course you can't. At this moment, there's always the future. We'll talk about it. Keep us on the edge of our seats. Make us wonder for 8 more months. What's going on in these months? Right? But more will come soon. Cliff notes. Hang on tight. More will happen to me. I am special. The government knows it. Pretty soon he'll be seeing Bigfoot. You'll see. Or he will. And then he closes it off with, your support means the world to me. I don't even know what's going on from that thing. What? I wanted to share a rather devastating career issue I've been dealing with, but I can't tell you about it. So why bring it up? Why? Because you got to create that drama, that magical, delusional illusion that they want you and I to believe is happening behind the scenes. What a tough road that James Fox is going down. He's got people after him. He must be close to that evidence. Remember, they also hold on to evidence for money. And when you tell people you have evidence and you're going to hold on to it, yeah, expect to be followed by the government. Yeah, it could happen. I'm not lying. I'm not saying I'm discounting James Fox at all, that he's being followed. He is. I guarantee it. He is. I know. I've been down that road. When you get known in this field, somebody's going to follow you, do a background check on you. It's happened. But James Fox has been in the field for a minute. But the last movie didn't do as well. And he sees Corbell and Knapp. They're out there just creating all the time. They're creating. They got the podcast now. Doesn't James Fox have one now too? It's amazing. I don't understand why everything has to be shaking all of a sudden. Look, I mean, I don't know why this is a new thing. What's this, Ian? You guys know I don't really look at the chat room that often. It's hard for me because I have to keep my train of thought. And if I look into seeing the conversations and trying to make sense of what people are saying, I can't do my show. If you ever noticed, if you ever watch other shows where people talk to the chat room, they don't talk about anything that's going on. They just talk to the chat room. So I try to keep it topical, but topical? I try to keep it what? See? I can't even speak regular English in a real... See? You said you sent me the evidence, Ian? See, now I don't know what you said before that. So that's why I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. You probably did send me something. But you guys are having different conversations. Oh, Alien Girl talks to the chat all the time. Alien Girl doesn't do as many topics as I do, and I do 2 hours. So I always pick 25 things to talk about every night. Don't get to probably one time I got to 20, I think. Yeah, I'm not young. I'm not that young. My brain isn't as good as Alien Girl. She can do that. I can't. All right. So I'm reading what they're talking about because James Fox put this up, and he's trying to sound the alarm that he's this important, And this says, this sounds alarming for James Fox. Of course it does. I wanted to share a rather devastating career issue I've been dealing with for the last 8 months. He says, I can't get into too much detail. Why am I reading the same thing over and over? 3 leaders, 1, 2, 3. It's the same.
Hello, everybody. Sitting in my favorite spot. I hike up to this point pretty much daily. Think about my work and edits that I'm working on.
Is that where he takes a dump too?
Together. But I'm writing this post because I've been holding something in for the last 6 months, dealing with career-related issues, the likes of which I've never experienced in my entire life. So challenging, it feels like someone's trying to extinguish my career. It's pretty terrifying. I'll probably be going public with it later this.
You can hear in his voice, he doesn't even believe that's true. And yes, I saw the comments. Yes, UFO researchers are in the grift as well, unfortunately. Yeah. Like, you have John Greenwald. He's not in it for the grift. I could even say a few people that, we talk about. Mick West he's not in it for the grift. He's not writing a book about anything. He's not whoring himself out, making up claims of people trying to ruin his career. See, James Fox should have kept quiet until he had the evidence, till he's ready to talk about it. That's why it's a grift to me. This is just another grifting section. This is just another part of it. This is one of many things that James Fox is doing to get eyes on him, make him seem interesting, because that's what Corbell did. Corbell, getting in tight with that guy from Area 51 or S4. What was his name? Bob Laser. Yeah. Very scary times for James Fox. But when you get followed, when things are happening, you never see them turn their cameras on the way I did when I was followed and recorded. It's funny, right? It's funny. The people who tell you the truth have the evidence, and the people who are grifting never do. I, for one, had evidence. Showed the world. Spy Guy. Wait until you see Spy Couple. Oh, God, I love that.
It feels like someone's trying to extinguish my career. It's pretty terrifying. I'll probably be going public with it later this week for legal.
Oh, wait. I know what this is about. This is about 1091 Productions. Did you see what Greer put out? That 1091 Productions is not paying Greer his money for his films. And there's other people who have made money, made films with 1091 who didn't get paid. And we're not talking 100,000, 500,000. We're talking a lot of money. And 1091 Productions is not paying these guys. That's the future they're talking about. That's what James Fox means. He thinks that you can't find a distributor anymore. He thinks people are thinking, and Greer too, and others, that the industry is being policed by we don't know who to shut down companies that promote UFO and alien subject matter. So I don't know about the Cousins brothers, but I would imagine the same thing. I don't know. But if Greer used 1091 and James Fox used 1091 and the Cousins brothers used 1091, I'm sure somewhere in there the Cousins brothers are not getting paid for something. I don't know. We don't discuss their income. I mean, it's like, you don't do it. I mean, I know they made money, but we don't go over numbers. Friends shouldn't do that. But I'm sure it hit home for those guys too. So that's what it is. I just realized it. Let me pull up the Greer thing. I just realized it. See how James Fox and what do they call that? Inflating? Gaslighting? What is that when they lie extra? That is such a bullshit comment. In a way, he acts like they're going after him. They're trying to take my career away from me. Why? So you can't get your movies out there? Yes. But it's not just you. It's everybody in 1091, but he doesn't say it. What an ass face. What a piece of shit. He is. He's a dick. James Fox is done. Just because I just realized what he's doing. And it's worse than what I thought. This is about him when it should be about everybody who's with 1091 Productions. And he doesn't say that. He doesn't say, it's not just me, it's all of us. He says they're out to get me. They're out to get my career. That is grift. That is number 3 in the thing. You create drama. And he's making it all about him. Wow, this is amazing. What a freaking dick. Dick move, James Fox. Gotcha. We gotcha. Is it conflating? It's conflating. Yeah, conflating. I'm looking for that Greer thing. I don't know who sent it to me. But I also get Greer mail. Why am I not seeing it? Oh, it's here. Here it is. So Greer, despite our best efforts, 1091 Films, the distributor of his movie, The Lost Century and How to Reclaim It, also Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, and Unacknowledged. Imagine those dollar amounts that are being held back from Greer. Greer, nobody makes more money than Greer when it comes to making movies. It's true. No, that's a fact. I'm not just saying it. It's true. All right, check it out. So this is it. And 1091 Films' parent company, Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment, Inc., have failed to remit payment of rightly owed revenues over the past few months. For this reason, The Lost Century is not currently available on Amazon Prime and other advertising-supported sites like Tubi, etc. We are working diligently to resolve the issue through the courts, and we recently filed suit to recover these funds. The unnecessary and unfortunate situation is creating a serious crisis for the Disclosure Project, since it has caused the loss of vitally needed funds that support the wide range of important work we do, including our efforts with the Disclosure Project Intelligence Archive and efforts in Washington to secure full and truthful programs. Anyway, in the meantime, we are searching for a new, fair dealing and ethical film distributor. Hold on. What did James Fox say? He said something similar. We are looking. Hold on. I don't know. I thought I saw something. Maybe he said it. Anyway, that's what this is about. James Fox just lied. I'm going to make a couple of short videos about this one to bring attention to how he's just making it about him. See how Greer did the same thing, though, but did it in a different way. He did it in an email that he sent to everybody. James Fox is going out there and verbally saying it. But the way Greer did it, Greer didn't make it seem like he's being attacked by the government, which is interesting. James Fox is making it out that somebody's out to get me. Greer didn't do that. So who's grifting this time? It ain't Greer. God, I love saying grift. This was the first year I've ever used that word, grifting. I wasn't a big fan of saying grifting, but it's not bad. Not a bad word. Thank you, James Fox, for everything you don't do. Unbelievable. This sounds alarming from James Fox. I wanted to share a rather devastating career issue I've been dealing with for the last 8 months. Yeah, it's all about 1091. It's true. That's when it started. But the way he did, I can't go into too much detail. I'm going to tell you, you may never see a movie from me again. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, dude, we survived 6 years in between your movies. Don't worry about it. We got Corbell. Hey, gosh. That was a joke. Unbelievable. So James Fox is just literally lying. But not lying. See how they do it? Oh, God, it's so shady. Such bullshit. Makes me mad. It does. I don't like this. I don't like the way they do this. I don't like it. It's not cool. All right. Let's get on to the next subject, shall we? So, yesterday, breaking news. A tsunami threat, an earthquake in Texas. What's going on in this planet? A lot of activity. A lot of sun activity. And who better to give us the update on what's going on? What happened? Where? Hold on. Technical stuff. All right. So who better to give us the update on bizarre space weather, earth weather? Here we go again. Then into thin air. It's I2TA. Beep. Bum, bum, bum.
All right, everybody, welcome back. It is November 8th, 2023, and we have a few very significant topics to discuss. If you are in the United States, you may have heard about this earthquake, a 5.3 striking in Western Texas just about 3 hours ago, and I've got some interesting history to show you about this earthquake. As you can see here, it was a 5.3 at 7.4 kilometers or 4.6 miles deep. Very, very shallow. Taking a look at the seismogram chart, we can see that this was a very jagged and sharp earthquake, which was felt by thousands of people. That is why we are seeing nearly 600 user reports just on volcano discovery alone. I'm going to leave everybody the link for this page right here so you can read these individual reports of everything from light shaking to literal damage in different parts of Western Texas. I'm still looking for some images and things like that, but many people have reported damage from this earthquake. Not only that, but if we go across the Pacific Ocean to up north past Australia into the Banda Sea near Indonesia, we had a very strong grouping of earthquakes, anywhere from a 7.1 to a 7.4 being reported in this area. That has set off tsunami buoys everywhere from this area all the way up by India. Now, to give you an idea of how far away that is, here is our National Data Buoy Center chart, where you could see 3 different tsunami buoys are in event mode right now due to this set of earthquakes, including that 7.2 to 7.5 that took place right here. This buoy way out in the Arabian Sea, thousands thousands of miles away with a very interesting signature you could see to the bottom right. Now, again, this was not that long ago, so we were waiting for additional data to come in about what exactly took place. In fact, just 2 days ago, we put a video out here on the Into Thin Air channel warning about possible incoming earthquakes based off of the sun's energy. And with that said, I want to show you something very, very interesting about the Texas earthquake. Jumping over to X, take a look at the date here, November 18th, 2022. That is almost 1 year ago to the day that we reported on a huge earthquake in Texas with damage, a 5.4. As you can see in this article here, magnitude 5.4 earthquake in West Texas causes damage hundreds of miles away. As you can see, this was a big story last year, but it doesn't stop there. This particular earthquake taking place in Texas today was just outside the area of Mentone and was officially registered as a 5.3, originally popping up as a 5.5, making it and still is one of the biggest earthquakes to ever hit this part of Texas. Now, that's not the only coincidence we have with this earthquake and the one from almost exactly a year ago. Take a listen to this clip I posted on that earthquake from a year ago and listen to what is said and look at the coronal hole on the sun, which was actually upgraded from a 5.3 to a 5.4. Keep in mind this took place while a giant coronal hole was facing the Earth, or at least a little south of the equator of the sun. Well, articles. Okay, now take a look at what the sun looks like today. And that is what you are looking at right now. A giant coronal hole just south of the equator of the sun, which has just passed Earth facing. But oddly enough, the same exact situation that took place 1 year ago, almost to the day. We're about 10 days off from that November 18th date. But the coronal hole, the same size magnitude earthquake in Texas with damage, is very, very interesting.
That's crazy.
Not to mention the large 7.1 to 7.5 recorded near Indonesia and Papua New Guinea, north of Australia, which just had an insane outage for millions of people through the Optus network. It is being said that service has been fully restored in this situation, but they are still trying to figure out what caused it, and a lot of rumors going around about a cyber attack. All right, my friends, it has been a very interesting start to the day. I will have updates on the Instagram and Twitter handles that you could find down in the description box. Please go subscribe to those, and I will bring you any updates on these situations moving forward. I appreciate your time. Leave your questions and comments below, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.
Pretty good, man.
Stop right there.
So, how much more proof do we need? We all know that the sun has a direct effect on the earth and the weather and the living and the breathing and the volcanoes. Hey, did you know that Mount St. Helens has been active for several months? And they say that magma chamber is starting to build up. And not that there's a threat of an eruption any moment or anything, but the activity. I think there was 400 earthquakes last month, something like that. It's a lot. There's a lot of activity going on. You know, I think it was, what was it, May 10th, 1980 that went off, if my memory serves. I'll put the link to Into Thin Air in the show description, just like we do, right after the show ends. That Goldie Hawn story still has me thinking. Well, what are we doing tomorrow? Is tomorrow is, we're talking about the second Mexico hearing, right? Tomorrow. We have a poll that's going on in the chat. Only 102 votes. Is it okay with you that these documentary makers hold on to UFO evidence so they can charge us to use it when their movie comes out? No, at 79%. 21 say yes. So I think that's going to be done. That poll's done. It's 80-20 pretty much. It's not going to change. Thank you for doing that poll with 102 votes. We usually have 140 to 168 votes. We never have 169. No. And one person's going to eat it. Just eat it. Ooh. You better see it gonna find it, dude. You find it soon, I gonna find it, finish it. Ooh. You find it seem fun, but you do it all night. Just beat it. Then eat it. Crunch. Remember that song? Just eat it. just eat it. You never know when you're going to bed. You got your foot and it's in your head. You wave it about and you scream and shout, just eat it. Just beat it. Ooh. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's look at some UFOs. I think. Hold on. I'm just looking at some of this stuff because it was early today when I posted that. All right, let's get rid of this. No need to talk about that. I don't know. Per arrow. This comes from Marek VR on X. Per arrow, the U.S. government has gravitational sensing capabilities. That doesn't make sense. The U.S. government has gravitational sensing capabilities if, as implied by Congress, a surreptitious UAP retrieval effort exists. True. Does it employ gravitational sensors to locate object? That is silly. Or is it? I don't think it's silly at all. I think that's a great idea. If we have those type of gravitational sensors in our so-called arsenal. All right, here's an unidentified disc-shaped object in Greece. I want you to look at this because I know what you're going to think. Believe me, I'm thinking it right now. Let's take a look at this. Tell me what you think this is. All right, you ready?
La información publicada.
Oh, this is the photograph? Oh, yeah, it's the photo. It's the only one.
Habría sido registrada.
All right. Eric Estrada, he said. Very cool. Can we translate it? No. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a picture. This looks like a balloon, but let's take a look.
Por personas que se encontraban en la isla de Creta en Grecia. Al parecer estaban de vacaciones. Al acercarse a una zona de un mirador, tomaron una fotografía y se capturó la presencia de un objeto volador no identificado a pocos metros de distancia. Esta es la toma original, como fue registrada en su momento. Claramente,
That's cool. Look at that. And like if let's say I was grifting, I would say that, hey, Hefe, look at the unicorn looking at the UFO too, Hefe. Look at it. He's looking at it. He's not. Interesting. But it's a photo. And to me,
podemos apreciar que se trató de una fotografía realizada desde el interior del auto. La persona que realizó la toma se refleja en el espejo retrovisor, posiblemente observó al objeto y lo capturó de forma muy clara. No podemos precisar si en realidad lo vio, ya que también es posible que la intención era captar a las cabras que están más cerca y el objeto quizás iba cruzando y fue captado en ese preciso momento. Uno de los llamados ovnis incidentales.
Well, a picture paints 1,000 words, right? That's what they say. But I created an addition to that statement. Sure, a picture creates 1,000 words, but video creates millions of thoughts. I'm just saying, in this day and age, come on, doesn't get any better than this. Or does it? It sure does. Now, let's get rid of that. And I'm going to bring you something that you can't debunk. All right. Cigar-shaped UFO. It's a strange object in the sky at night over an industrial area. Take a look at this, and whenever it comes up, I'll bring it over. Here we go. Is there sound? Beep. Hey, big screen. On. Amateur. Start over. Look at that. The fog, low-flying clouds, passes in between the object and the cameraman, and you can see a slight decrease in light. It's there, and it looks like it's in the video. Doesn't look fake yet. Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it, guys? Like, what is it doing? Like, why would that be there at this time of day? You know? There are balloons, LED balloons, that are this shape. Exactly this shape? I don't know. Have you ever seen these things fly in real life? I want to make a note to something. Look at the way these clouds are moving. It's going against the object, guys. Is that industrial steam coming out? Is that what that is? Okay. Well, the industrial stream clouds are going against the object. This is legit. Whatever this object is, I think it's there. And we may be looking at a real UFO and not an LED balloon. It's going against that. It shouldn't be going against the wind because the wind is blowing left to right and that's going right to left. Fluorescent tubes. Yeah. I don't think it is. I think this is legit, but I have no proof. Look, I know it's hard for you to hear that coming from me, that it's possibly legit. Look, there are UFOs, there are sightings, people are recording them. What do you think? That we just make everything up? I am choosing out of the thousands that I look at that one may be real. Who's this person? Jeanette Angel! Everybody throwing out a $5 super sticker. Where you be? Where you been? Huh? Good to see you, Jeanette. Mucho gusto, generoso, a continuing supporter of Goof On. Jeanette. Thank you very much, Jeanette. Appreciate the support. And you too can help support the same way Jeanette did. Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. Even become a member. It's all support. Thanks, Jay. J. Net. Yeah. So that one was hard. I'll tell you why. When I was doing my sky watching full time, those things were never seen. There weren't LED balloons like that. And if there were, they were expensive. I don't know, man. It is going against what looks like the way the breeze is going. That's why I say it. All right, what is this? As an intelligence officer, I expect all of you to expect me to lie to you. That's what Kirkpatrick says on camera. Yeah, we know. Remember that? No. All right, you want to see something here? Here's a strange glow in the sky from Milan, Italy. Now, I don't know how old these are or this is, but I'm just going to let you look at it. I'm not going to say much. It's 43 seconds, and then we'll come back and we'll have a laugh. This is the best part of the show right here, laughing. Hey, Glenn Croy!
You do not want to believe. You are sleeping.
Wow, this is amazing balloon. you see? There you go. What do you see? I know. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shining spots. What do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 9 and a bunch of in between, right? Right. What do you got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're balloons! Enough already! I'm telling you, these are balloons. That's it. And you're going to say, but how are they morphing and changing shape? Because they're balloons. Balloons do not, should not, and cannot maintain their position in a free wind society. Balloons float with the push of a breeze. Nothing more, nothing less. And when they get pushed, they move and reflect the sun from different angles. So at one point, the balloons may be away from the sun, you don't see, and all of a sudden, you see a bunch of lights and reflections and of that nature. And then there's nothing. All of a sudden, the balloon's away from the sun. Wait, it's coming towards the sun. And all over the eyes below. This is a classic case of balloons being misidentified in the sky. Don't take my word for it. Now, take my word for it. You know what? I'm going to show you why you need to take my word for it. Oh, yeah, I'm bringing out the big dogs now. That's right. Where are you? Where's that big dog? Where are you, you mofo? Oh, I'm bringing it out. You challenge me? You challenge me. Glenn Croy throwing down $10 like it's nobody's business. Mucho gusto, generoso. Thank you for the $10 super chat. He says he's in the car listening. Thank you very much. Very, very much. Mucho gusto. To Glenn Croy, everybody. Where is my video? You son of a... Oh, wait. Oh, I want to play that. Hold on. Hold on. I have to do something. Hold on. We're getting there. I thought it was going to be easy. Let's go right here. Hold on. I got to look up. I'm proving to everybody that those are balloons right now. Can I do that? Thank you. Appreciate it. Because that's what we're going to do. We're going to prove to you that those are balloons. Yes, we are. We're going to prove to you that those are balloons. That's right, everybody. Coming up. Oh, wow. Oh, this is interesting. This isn't the video, but I think this would be good to play. Let's take a look, shall we? Let me see what this is first. It's almost like it. This isn't the video I wanted to show you, but I'm going to show you what balloons look like. I know these are balloons, and I've shown these to you before. Matter of fact, I think I showed them yesterday. But here, tell me if it looks similar. Hold on, get rid of something. There we go. Similar, right? Right? Oh! It looks like there was just one. Now there's several. Oh, wait. I know. This is high 8. Oh, look at... I can't even pause it and get a good view. This is terrible. Oh, wait. Now there's 4? What the... What happened to that long thing hanging down at the bottom? It morphed. It's changing. This isn't the video I wanted to show you, by the way, but this is good. Yeah, you know why it's shaking. Now look, now it's believe it or not, that's on a tripod. This camera did not have an optical imaging stabilizer in it. But anyway, that's not the video I wanted to show you. Let's see if these flash at the end. No, that's not it. All right, let me pull up the to prove to you that these are all balloons. Seriously. Seriously. There is proof. No, you're going to see proof. You're going to see why everything we're showing you are balloons. Right now, I'm looking for it. I got to get the video. I don't know why I can't find it that quick. It's starting to get frustrating. But I know I'm close. No. Wow. All right. Next, I got 2 more pages, and then we're done with this. It's got to be here on this page. Wow. Oh, here it is. I found it. Imagine that. Imagine that. Uncle Richie, Uncle Richie, Uncle Richie, Uncle Richie. Here we go. Right now I'm heading to a park here, I say. Ready? Check this out. Your mother's... No sound, sorry. I say I'm going to a park here. You guys have seen this video. Over to a park here. There's a park right there I'm showing where, and I am going to do a balloon test. I've got some balloons right here. And they're just party balloons today, but I'm going to do this test and see what comes out. I say now. 2005. Now watch. Oh, look at that. It almost looks like the UFOs we see. Wait, can that be true? Watch this. My God, it looks like this UFO is talking to me. Look at the lights. Look at the lights. It's like, wow. Wow. What's that coming out the bottom of it? It must be their propulsion. String? What are you talking about? That's their propulsion. Ain't no string on this. What do you mean, string? What string? There ain't no string. String? Nah, that's the propulsion. I don't know what you guys talking about. That was the first balloon test out of, what did we do, 6? 6 balloon tests. It's amazing how it does this. It looks just like a UFO flashing its lights. It's amazing. And you can see why people would make that mistake, right? It's okay. It's all right. I just need to prove some things, and it takes a minute. It takes a minute to prove. Capisce? Capisce? Hey, oh. Huh? Hold on a second. Wait. Oh, wow. Oh. Okay, check this out. I'm a little confused. Just a little. Very little. Not a lot. But I think you would be confused too. Jeremy Corbell, Lockyer Corbell. Jeremy Kenyon, Lockyer Corbell. He says in this tweet, wow, he says, go UFO. An amendment passed today to get David Grush into a skiff with those he testified to in Congress under oath at the public UFO hearing. to spill the beans of the details he couldn't reveal in the open hearing. We're talking UFO programs and names. Yeah. So, we know. I don't understand what the news is. It's a meeting that's been blocked. Oh, wait, what's this? To spill the beans. We're talking UFO programs, names, and holding list, and UFO holding locations, list of hostile and non-hostile witnesses? Locations? And a list of hostile and non-hostile witnesses. And about the non-human biologics, bodies? It's a meeting that's been blocked, but now it looks like it's going to happen. It will undoubtedly lead to some subpoenas, which I think is good for those who need that extra layer of protection to spill the beans and come clean about the America's UFO exploitation and reverse engineering programs. I have some individuals in mind.
I rise in support of this amendment, which would increase/decrease funding to express that the Office of Personnel Management should renew the security clearance of David Grush. See, Mr. Grush formerly served as the Reconnaissance Office representative to the UAP Task Force from 2019 to 2021. He recently testified before Congress claiming that partial fragments and even intact vehicles have been found for decades by the federal government, our allies, and defense contractors. According to Mr. Grush, objects and vehicles retrieved are of, quote, exotic origin based on the vehicle's morphologies and material science testing and the possession of unique atomic arrangements and radiological signatures. Mr. Grush also told us that the U.S. is in possession of non-human spacecraft and dead pilots. And finally, Mr. Grush told us that he has spoken with the intelligence officials whom the U.S. military had briefed on, quote, football field-sized aircrafts, that the U.S. government transferred some crashed UAPs to a defense contractor, and that the intelligence officials were also briefed on malevolent activity from extraterrestrial beings. Now, of course, all of this is very interesting to me and a number of my colleagues on the Oversight Committee.
So cute, aren't they? They are adorable. Adorable. What's that, Kelly? Sean Cleveland Music said the Mexican UFO hearing was stupid and seemed very unbelievable. The interpreters made it even worse. You know, we're going to play that tomorrow, just a couple minutes of it. I watched part of it. I was bored to tears. Yeah, I didn't like it. But I don't want to blow my wad right here and talk about it, but everything you're saying is true. Thanks, Sean Cleveland Music. How you been, man? Good to see you. I know, right? Bob Marley, angry? Angry witnesses. And they're going to find the locations of them. Yeah, arrows, Andy, meaning it's never going to happen. Oh, Kelly. Hi, Sean. You're going to debunk. Oh! Yeah, well, I didn't. And I'll do that maybe tomorrow. Hey, can't remember everything. And I already had this show already thought up and what I was going to say. So my bad. That's the way it happens here. Why do you got to call me out? You know? Why do you got to call me out? You know, I'll try to talk about it tomorrow, but I didn't today. Now, you know, here, I may talk about it tomorrow. I may not. That's goof on. Whatever's up here in the thumbnail, guaranteed I'll talk about that. Guaranteed. It's not a major thing to try to make me look like a dick just because I didn't talk about it. My God. It's something from 2012 or 2005 or something. Yeah, 2005, I think it was. It's like, we already know what it is. I already know what I'm going to say it is. And, you know, maybe I don't want to talk about it, but I will. But to me, something I talked about through ad nauseum for all the years when it came out, already lived through it. I don't like that topic because it's bullshit. That's why. It's been debunked, in my opinion. Anyway, moving on and upward. All right, here we go. Finish this guy out? No, we're done with him. I got to talk about this, though. Where'd it go? Let's stop talking Peruvian attacks. Did you hear about that guy? What was his name? Timothy Alberini's going to go down there. Who is Axelrod on X says, can we stop blaming the Peruvian attacks on aliens now? If they're speaking Spanish, the aliens, with two different accents, American and Peruvian, and using syringes to chemically drug people, they are human. One thing we can say is they appear to have advanced tech and an armor. So are they military, cartel, prospectors, a group of sick, rogue, mad scientists, or what? What do they want from this village? Interesting. What do they want? Right? I'm interested that I'm glad Alberini is taking the initiative to go there. Really. Really, really happy about this.
She is being held by two of these pelacaras, face peelers, one behind her with a hand over the mouth and the other has her legs. The description she gave me of these individuals is identical to what everybody else was saying to us. They were dressed head to foot in black body armor. She even described the body armor in greater detail than anyone else. She described how it was on the forearms and on the shins, and the chest was some sort of like a breastplate, metallic, and they were wearing these helmets, these large helmets, elongated helmets. I covered the entirety of their faces. So the very same description that everybody else gave to us, this is what Talia encountered. They were very tall. One of them, which she calls the gringo, was taller than me, considerably taller than me. The other, I think she said, was about my height, if I recall. That one I dubbed the Peruvian. The reason why is because according to Talia, these individuals spoke Spanish. The taller one, she says, spoke Spanish like me, like a gringo with an accent. And the smaller one spoke like a Peruvian. And I specifically asked Talia, the Spanish that this individual spoke, was there an accent? Was it Ecuadorian? Was it Bolivian? Was it Cuban? Or did it sound like Peruvian? Did they have an accent? She said he sounded just like all of us.
Sounds human to me. The taller one had like the American accent with it, the gringo, and the shorter one had the Peruvian. Because these white people are taller than the Peruvians just by our DNA. So far, so silly. So far, so human. So far, so what? There's no evidence of any aliens yet. But he's going to go and spend thousands of dollars, hundreds of hours, and waste everybody's time. And he may not come back if he goes. Can you imagine? I wouldn't go. Not to a war-torn region, civil unrest, whatever the hell's going on over there. I'm not going. Screw that.
So I started calling this individual the Peruvian. So that's how I'm going to refer to them. The Peruvian face peeler and the gringo face peeler. We don't know if they're people. I'm not saying they're.
Come on, bro. They're people. Stop kidding yourselves. Stop.
They're human beings. This is the testimony that Talia gave us there in her backyard. So these individuals.
If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a duck.
Individuals have her in this manner, but they're hovering, mind you. They're hovering on these platforms, and they proceed to lift her up. Now, I don't recall, Doug, if she was telling us something about how she was speaking very, very softly. She was very, very nervous. She was telling us something about how they attempted to lift her off the ground but couldn't.
Oh, they already went there? They already went to Peru. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, my bad. It's interesting, though.
Somewhere in the course of this...
Yeah, I didn't think they went that quick. Yeah, I don't watch this show. They come up on my feed. Wow, so they were already there the whole time. This is him interviewing her. I thought it was, and then I said, wait, I thought, how could they go? They went and came back already. Jesus, good job, dude. Let's see what else they say. She's speaking very softly. He said it's very hard to hear. These creatures were supposedly on platforms or something, and they were hovering? Sounds like they were on some sort of platform that made them hover.
Encounter. They were attempting to lift her off the ground, and for some reason they were having a hard time. So they took her behind this hut that's there on the property. And then they proceeded to take out a powder. The Peruvian put some powder in his hand, and then he put some cream. He had this little bottle with cream in it, and he mixed the powder and the cream together. Then he took a nasal syringe, he sucked up the substance and shot it up her nose.
Cocaine? Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't watch that show on a regular. I didn't think they went and came back in the month. You know, that's amazing to me. I'll have to look at his show now and see what else happened. That is pretty cool, man. So I didn't see any "They Are Aliens," any titles like that. I think from what I can tell and what I've seen just by glancing around here, that they didn't think they were aliens at all. That they're probably people. So I don't know. I'll give it a few minutes when there's news. But other than that, I want to talk about this before we get out of here. This is just a great way to cap tonight. Skinwalker Ranch. Did you hear? They did their live tour. They're doing a live tour. We talked about this a few months ago. Some tickets were $200. This tour was originally scheduled for May, but was postponed after Stephen Greenstreet released a series of exclusive New York Post reports debunking Skinwalker Ranch as silly boulder dash. I remember. Yeah, and Greenstreet posted that. So, wow. Can you believe it? That they're actually doing that? Yeah, it really is. It's weird. It's weird to me. It's weird. That they would do a live tour, just like Ancient Aliens is doing. They're touring the world, the country, I guess. And tickets are $200? Upwards of $200? Probably starting at $20. Who knows? What? To see something that is completely bullshit. Everything on Ancient Aliens, you have to put a question mark next to. And that bothers me now. That bothers me. So when I see Skinwalker Ranch going out doing this and charging that much money, wow. See, you know what they should do? If these were real if they weren't grifting, because this is all a grift. Skinwalker Ranch is the biggest bullshit scam in ufology, next to Lazar and some other stuff. If they charged $5, all right, $5, and you got 300 people, that's not bad. What is that, 15,000? 1,500? No, $15,000. 1,500. Yeah, 1,500. For each show. And they probably do 2 or 3 a day. So they make about $5,000 a day at $5 a ticket. And they do it 3 days a week. 60 grand a month. 720,000 a year. Do you think they could split it up into 100 grand each? Profit? You know they're making some whip over there. At least 50 grand for the year. Minimum. Just to talk bullshit. Skinwalker Ranch? I would never spend money to listen to people at a live in a live concert hall with the background, on stage with the big screen showing the TV show. Nice. Oh, more than the TV show. It's what goes on behind the scene. Why would you show the shit? Charging people that much money. It's the experience, Rich. Don't be so, you. No, I gotta be me. That's ridiculous. All right, look at this real quick. Just a reminder of what Green Street was talking about. Giddy up. I said go. Whoops. This is when Green Street went there, right?
Walk around.
Oh, wait, hold on.
There are lots and lots of...
And in Fugel. And Fugel claims to finally have the goods. Proof. Evidence. He produces a reality TV show on the History Channel called The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. It claims to show real paranormal phenomena, proving
Look at that. That was an insect.
Of the ranch are actually true.
All right, I'm not going to play that. You guys know what it is. I'll put the link to it in the show description. That's it for tonight. Tomorrow we will be back. And tomorrow, if you like to give us a chance, I say please do. Give us a chance tomorrow. That's all we want. Where is it? That was interesting about Goldie Hawn. You know what? Let's finish that. Watch. Let's finish that.
Your move, Mr. Walsh. Right now, go to genucell.com/Knowles. Our friends over at Genucell. Genucell 3 uses advanced space for instant technology. Keeps your skin back and jawline. Genucell luxury box is not. Get your skin ready for your absolute best. Go to Genucell in this amazing fall pack. Genucell.com. SKIN people have been taking their kids out of the schools, most of the public schools, even some of the private schools, and homeschooling them. And homeschooling, especially when I was a kid, homeschooling was a thing that just those weird conservative Christians did. That's not the sort of thing that normal, posh, an examination of this. I say, we're trying to figure it out. Number one, even as the pandemic eased, homeschooling persisted.
Oh, never mind. That was it. So they already did the Goldie Hawn. Okay, interesting. I'll put the link to that in the show description. So we'll be back tomorrow. And tomorrow should be good, I think. Because I want to go over tomorrow, the Peruvian mummy show, part 2. They won't allow anyone to test them? Why won't Jaime Maussan allow other scientists, geneticists, to look at this stuff? They won't. I put this in there. Isn't that nice? They won't. Why? Because they're not real, these mummies. Jaime also says there's a lot more mummies. And I'm thinking, huh? Yeah, I think about 30, he said. They think that are in this cave where they found the Peruvian mummies. There's more this is going to be the rest of Jaime's life, talking about these mummies. Jaime's got about 5 years left, 10 years maybe. But, give myself a thumb up. But this is tomorrow's show. It's the second UFO session they had, and I watched a little bit of it, was very disappointed so far. So tomorrow we'll try to make it as watchable as possible. Thanks for hanging out tonight, though. I got to say thank you to everybody. Mucho gusto generoso on the support. Super chats and super stickers. You can help support Goof On even after the show. PayPal and Cash App, all that other shit. All the links are in the show description. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. So far, my uncle, thank you guys for the emails and well wishes. He's still going. He had a strong night last night. He was talkative. It was weird from what I heard. He was just like, nothing's wrong with him. And then after a while, he goes back into his little morphine coma. So I don't know if he'll make it. We don't think he will, but he predicted he wouldn't live past today. I say he's waiting for Saturday, 2 days from now, 11/11. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate the well wishes and the prayers. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It does help the algorithm. It does help bring people in. So please like the show. Like yourself, right? Be good to everybody. Be good to yourself first, though. You got to love yourself. You can love anybody else. True. It's true. Right? All right. Like I said, love thy neighbor, love yourself, blah, blah, blah. Alien bless. See you tomorrow.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life. Warning.
Unidentified flying object.